Over there, about 3 kilometres in that direction, is where the fire started, the Rumba Dump fire. About 5 weeks before it took us out, a dry lightning strike set off a fire in a gully over there next to the Rumba Dump trail. For 5 weeks it burned through the bush. They tried their very best to put it out. There were 2 or 3 helicopters running constant cycles every day for 5 weeks, taking water out of the dams down on our neighbour's property and over the back there and dumping it on the fire, but they just couldn't control it. And then come November 7th, the Thursday, when conditions started to get really bad, the local RFS was stood down and told to go look after your own houses, look after your own properties, and the fire just took off. And that's when we executed our fire plan and left on the Thursday evening, which was lucky because when the fire did take off on the Friday morning, it circled around here to the south and then came down the hill and took out the house down there, as well as next door, the one next door to that, several houses over there, and then it went over the hill to Bobin. We had a large western red cedar house positioned just here, facing the creek over there. It was surrounded by beautiful green trees and environment. We bought it more for the locality, more for the creek than the house itself, even though the house was quite a spectacular house. And it was perfectly positioned for taking advantage of the creek and living outdoor. But it had a few issues in terms of survivability in a fire, being western red cedar, being surrounded by all of these trees, with only a narrow, steep driveway as the way in and out, also surrounded by trees. So we developed our bushfire survival plan with 2 words on it: get out, which we did the night before the fires, on the Thursday the 7th of November, when the fire turned from yellow to red on the Fires Near Me website. I loaded up the dogs in the car and away we went. The next morning, our neighbour contacted me to say, "Don, I'm sorry to tell you your beautiful house is gone," which was a moment. Up until that point, I thought I was prepared for that news. But when the news became reality, my gut hit the floor, right, big time. I had a really big emotional reaction to that news. But we had also spent a lot of time thinking about what we would do if the house was to be burnt in a bushfire. I used that preparation as a trigger to help me cope with the loss of the house.